Hallo und herzlich willkommen zurück bei Genshin Impact, wo wir uns weiterhin die verpassten Legendenaufträge anschauen und aufholen. Und heute mit am Start die zweitwichtigste Person in Inazuma nach Shogun. Ja, vermutlich die
This should be
zweitwichtigste
where
Person.
Kokomi said to meet her.
Sangonomiya Kokomi.
Do you still remember this place? Paimon remembers we came by here last time we visited Watatsumi Island. That was back when you did your stint as captain of Swordfish too. Paimon's curious whether the resistance troops still remember you.
Der Krieg ist ja nun zumindest auf Waffenstillstand, über den Waffenstillstand auf Eis gelegt worden. Aber die wirklichen Verhandlungen sind, glaube ich, loremäßig hier noch nicht gestartet.
Things on the island must have changed a lot since then. Oh,
Ups. Sehen wir uns mal ein bisschen um.
If the enemy outnumbers you, seek their weakness and exploit it. If you outnumber the enemy, seek unequivocal domination and crush them. Marauders on the waterfront are supplied by sea. Burning their ships is the path to success.
General Goro, sir, do you have a verdict?
Was ist das denn für ein Schnurrbart hier? Sieht irgendwie lustig aus.
More or less. From the directives left behind by Her Excellency, we can surmise that a Fatui ship is moored nearby. This explains their aggressive posture.
Die Fatui treiben also immer noch hier ihr Unwesen.
We could split into two teams. One to draw their attention, and the other to circle around behind enemy lines and set fire to their ship. They'd have nowhere to run. Then again, Madame Kokomi made clear that we are not to split up without sufficient forces. We'd risk being picked off one by one until our whole line of defense disintegrated.
Sir, shall I send for reinforcements?
I doubt there's time. Based on their movements, they'd likely be gone before our troops arrived. Her Excellency's directives also stipulate that we should wait in ambush and avoid making the first move. Since we lack sufficient troops, I don't think we can afford to engage the enemy at this time.
Mit was für einer Truppenstärke sind denn die Fatui bitte schon noch hier vertreten, wenn hier der Vorstoß von den Widerstandskämpfern nicht ausreicht, um die zu vertreiben?
Sir, we're just gonna stand by and watch them leave? Surely there must be another way.
Her Excellency's directives also state help may arrive when all seems lost. As for where this help is supposed to come from,
Wahrscheinlich sagen wir gleich Hallo.
hey, Goro! What are you guys up to?
Captain, you've returned to Watatsumi Island.
Ich bin hier, um zu helfen.
That's great! Her Excellency's directives are as reliable as ever. You've arrived just in time.
Ich komme nicht auf diesen Schnurrbart klar, das sieht ja so geil aus. Also eigentlich überhaupt nicht, aber es ist äußerst komisch.
Recently, the remnants of the Fatui forces have been unusually active. We've been monitoring their movements, waiting in ambush here. Unfortunately, we don't have the manpower to split into two teams. Can we ask you to keep them occupied?
Als Leiter von als Truppführer von Schwertfisch 2 stellen wir uns natürlich bereits im Dienst.
Hard to say no when it's the Fatui. Whatever they're planning, we won't let them get away with it.
Good. There's not a moment to lose. We'll go behind enemy lines and sabotage their ship. Let's meet back here afterward. Watch yourselves. We'll be back shortly.
Seems like the resistance still remembers us. Come on, let's help them get this situation under control.
Jawohl. Dann besiegen wir mal die umherwandernden Fatui.
Frozen.
Bellowing thunder!
For a flash.
Take this!
Comrades, they've set the ship on fire! An arson attack! Curse them! They leave us no choice but to attack! Comrades, let's make them regret it!
Sehr nice.
Be still. Just like I went far.
The loneliness of death.
We were lucky to have you here. We'd have no way to prevent their escape without you.
Ja, die haben ja zumindest von unserer Front gar nichts gemacht, ne?
What's that you're holding? Is it the directives from Kokomi? Let Paimon see. Oh, wow. This is a whole book. Is it all Kokomi's directives?
Yeah. Well, no, not all of them. I have 5 more volumes with me.
Wie genau wollen die effektiv im Kampf entscheiden oder im Einsatz entscheiden, was sie machen wollen, wenn sie so viele Anweisungen haben?
Are you serious?
Her Excellency always plans for every scenario. Plus, these are her general operational directives, which are more comprehensive than most. Still, we're fortunate to have them. They make sure we're prepared for every eventuality, no matter how complex.
Oh, understanding every eventuality sounds tiring enough, let alone writing them all down. Must have taken Kokomi a heck of a long time.
Captain, are you back on Watatsumi Island to lead Swordfish 2 again? We've all been feeling your absence.
Wie geht's denn allen?
Her Excellency says that now is a time of peace, and that we should reduce the size of the military and focus on helping the civilian population return to normal life. About half of us are still organized into task forces, supporting the platoons. The other half have been given various other functions like patrol, construction, and farming.
Deswegen also die fehlende Mannstärke im Falle der Fatsui.
Of course, not everyone's happy about it. The other day, an old buddy of mine was grumbling about being forced to build houses. Said they'd have to drag him away from the front line, kicking and screaming.
The spirit of the resistance is alive and well, huh? Anyway, we're here because Kokomi invited us to the victory feast. Do you know where we can find her, Guru?
I believe Her Excellency is currently at Boro Village. There were reports of a possible disturbance over there. If I'm not mistaken, Her Excellency has gone to deal with it in person. We should probably get going ourselves. And, also, on your way over, please check in on the soldiers. I'm sensing a growing unease among them, but I don't know what's causing it. They won't say.
Schweigen ist vor Goro, der doch einen Ruf als warmherzigster Kamerad überhaupt, ne?
They used to tell me all their concerns, but whatever this is, they're keeping it hidden. I don't like it one bit. I suspect there's trouble afoot.
Ist die Frage, ob sie sich dann uns öffnen. Ah, sicher, wir werden sehen, was wir tun können.
Sounds good. Paimon was just thinking it'd be good to see everyone again.
Alle bis auf Teppei natürlich.
Ready when you are.
Das war immer noch. Bin noch nicht ganz drüber hinweg, wie sad einfach die ganze Sache mit Teppei war. Auch extrem gut gemacht dann die emotionale Bedeutung für den Traveler, wie er dann voller Rache in die Fatui-Einrichtung gestürmt ist und dann voll aufs Maul geflogen ist vor Scaramouche.
Wait, aren't you Captain of Swordfish too?
Hey, die Leute erinnern sich an uns.
Oh, it is you! Oh, you have our gratitude. Watatsumi Island wouldn't have come to peace without your efforts. I wasn't with Swordfish 2, but I did see you with Tatarasuna. Oh, you really gave it to those shogunate samurai in the fight of honor. Oh, it was quite the show.
Wie wir es in uns aufnehmen. Ja, das hört sich gut an.
Is there anything you need from me? I'm at your service.
Uns ist so angekommen, dass die Leute in letzter Zeit etwas nervös sind.
On edge, you say? Oh, yeah. Yeah, I've noticed it too. In fairness, the battle isn't long over, and, well, perhaps it isn't quite over for them. You know what I mean? Every single person looked death in the face that day. It's not an experience you forget in a hurry. Victory's declared, and all of a sudden, the fighting's over. But people can't just snap back into normal life again. I don't know what else it could be, but what I do know is that as long as Her Excellency is with us, Watatsumi Island is safe. And all the more so now that you're back. Seriously, if there's ever anything you need, just say the word.
Ach, wie nett.
What a nice guy. Let's go ask some other people.
Das Leute von unserer alten Einheit. Wer haben wir denn hier? Arisaba.
Peace at last. Living the dream.
Und er schläft erstmal halb bei der Wache.
Don't I know you? I've definitely seen you somewhere before. Can't place you, but I'm guessing you're not with the Shogun's army. So, do you need something?
Ah, das gleiche alte Leier.
Unsettled? Unsettled how? I haven't noticed anything.
Mir ist aufgefallen, dass dir nichts auffällt.
Not that I would, necessarily. I keep to myself, mostly. They're all too rowdy for me. We're at peace now, finally, and I, for one, intend to make the most of it. My life right now is about two things and two things only. The sun and the sea breeze. Sorry that I can't be more help to you. I'll tell you someone you could ask, though. San Gonomiya. She knows everything.
Ja gut, aber
Seems he's about to fall asleep. Let's leave him to rest and go find someone else to ask.
ja, nicht sehr hilfreich, der werte Herr Arisaba. Die kommen mir bekannt vor.
Ugh, I don't understand what Her Excellency is thinking. I mean, peace talks? Give me a break. Why would she agree to that?
Die waren, glaube ich, dabei bei dem letzten Eises von Schwertfisch 2, ne?
Exactly. Everyone knows you can't trust the Tenryo Commission. I heard they've been secretly coordinating with the Fatui and plan to continue their attacks.
Wait, for real? You're sure of this?
Positive. Some of our guys had a run-in with a few Fatui. They caught them conspiring together firsthand.
I knew it! The Tenryo Commission are a bunch of crooks. They'll never change. Honestly, it's kind of naive for Her Excellency to take them at their word, isn't it?
Shh, keep your voice down. Someone's coming.
Die wissen, was da gerade parallel abgelaufen ist mit dem Kujo-Clan. Ich glaube, technisch gesehen kommt der Legendenauftrag hier vor dem zweiten Teil von Rydens Legendenauftrag.
Hey there, what you talking about?
Captain, you're back!
Jawohl. Was gibt's Neues?
Do you think we should tell the captain about what we were discussing just now?
Sehr diskret.
No, let's not mention it. He's one of our closest advisors. For all we know, the peace talks could have been his idea.
I'm sure the captain would see where we're coming from, but you're right. We should probably play it safe. Welcome back to Watatsumi Island, Captain. Nothing to report here. Everything is A-okay.
Her Excellency should be in the village at present. Head straight over if you wish, Captain.
Paimon definitely detected some hush-hush going on there. But if they aren't gonna talk, we might as well head over to the village.
Haben echt keinen Respekt vor Autorität hier.
Reporting in, Captain. Nothing to...
If you're looking for Her Excellency, you...
Naja, okay. Also mal wirklich zur Sangonomiya gehen. Was haben wir hier?
Admit it! We know you've been secretly supplying the Tenryo Commission with goods purchased on Watatsumi Island. I knew something was off about a Tenryo Commission merchant doing business here. So, what do you have to say for yourself, huh?
I'm innocent! Ha! You're as guilty as they come. You never should have been allowed to set foot on this island, let alone do business here.
Ja, das riecht nach Ärger.
Take him away.
Einen Moment bitte mal.
Wait!
Oh, sie ist auch hier.
Kokomi, there you are! Something's going down over here. You should take a look, pronto!
Your Excellency! This merchant is suspected of criminal activity, so we seized him for questioning. Our surveillance shows that in his whole time here, he has made numerous purchases, but no sales. And yet he has no stock in his possession. We believe it's highly probable that he has been supplying the Tenryou Commission behind the scenes.
Mit was denn, bitteschön? Mit Rüben und Kartoffeln?
I haven't.
That will do. Let's not let ourselves get too worked up here, shall we? Everyone take a deep breath with me. In and out. Better? Matsuda, Uchimura, I understand that you're concerned for the safety of Watatsumi Island. But before we make any decisions over whether this merchant is guilty or not, we must give him the chance to explain himself. If he's guilty, of course, there will be consequences. But if he's innocent, he doesn't deserve to be falsely accused. This is Watatsumi Island. We deal in facts, not opinions.
Wie immer weise und bedacht wie eh und je.
Excuse me, sir. As you know, my subordinates have some concerns surrounding your commercial activity here. Perhaps you could explain your side of the story to help me reach a verdict.
Of course, I can explain everything. I'm a trader on the island, so naturally I built up some inventory. I was planning to hold off on selling until the prices went up, but then, but then I was robbed by the Fatui. They took everything. Now, you think about that. First I lose all my inventory, then I get treated like a criminal.
Aber warum hat er das nicht angezeigt, das Verbrechen?
And why should we believe you?
Na gut, auf dem Weg sind wir Fatui begegnet, ja.
So what? That doesn't prove they took his goods.
Exakt.
And even if they did, it'll still end up in the Tenryou Commission's hands. They're in this together.
What? The Tenryou Commission are colluding with the Fatui now? This is the first I've heard of it. I suppose it is true. What's that got to do with me?
What, the Tenryou Commission start colluding with the Fatui after the fighting's already finished? Seems unlikely to Paimon. We met a representative of the Kujo clan recently. It doesn't seem like he'd have the time to be colluding right now.
Ja, absolut nicht, ne?
But on the way over here, we accidentally on purpose overheard some soldiers mention the exact same thing.
Accidentally on purpose.
Kokomi, do you know anything about it?
It has been brought to my attention, yes. We are scheduled to begin peace talks with the Tenryou Commission soon. The Kamisato clan has arranged for them to take place in a neutral location.
Natürlich vom Kamisato, klar.
Kujo-Sara and I will be accompanied by our guards. We will use the talks to discuss future plans in detail. But just as arrangements for the peace talks began to fall into place, I started hearing rumors of collusion between the Kujo clan and the Fatui. Allegedly, their goal is to completely wipe out Watatsumi Island. If that's the case, then the peace talks are likely a trap. Even the Kamisato clan could be involved.
Das halte ich für äußerst unmöglich.
Sir, are you quite certain that your goods were stolen by the Fatui?
Yes, it's the truth. I swear. They stole my goods and then they ran off that way. I'll bet that's where that hideout is.
Very well. The potential ramifications of this incident are serious. We will retrieve your goods, and if everything is in order, it will prove your innocence. However, if we find evidence to corroborate the claims of collusion between the Fatui and the Tenryou Commission, I expect you to fully comply with our investigation. Do we have an understanding?
Yes, of course. Thank you, Your Excellency.
Matsuda? Uchimura?
Well received, Your Excellency.
Good. Now, Traveler, Captain of Swordfish Platoon Section 2, would you join me in the investigation?
Ei, ei, zu Befehl. Herren, ja, Herren.
At ease, soldier. For the time being, at least, we are in peacetime. Besides, I'm sure you won't be on Watatsumi Island forever. Whatever titles we may have, we're friends first and foremost.
Herren, ja, Herren.
If we do find the merchant's goods in the hands of the Fatui, it'll prove he's innocent. Whatever's going on between the Fatui and the Tenryou Commission, we need to get to the bottom of it.
Don't get cocky.
It's no use looking for an escape route.
Just you wait until Her Excellency finishes her investigation.
Eieiei. Die sind natürlich äußerst... Es ist ja nicht nur unvertrauensvoll, sondern wirklich schon fast diskriminierend, ne? Cool. Aber man kann es natürlich verstehen, wie alle Leute von Narukami und vor allem von der Tenryou-Verwaltung haben denen halt eine große Menge Leid beschert. Oh, was ist das denn gerade für eine Position? Komisch. Hier soll also die Fatui
This must be the
sein.
Fatui camp that the merchant was talking about.
Oh, ja, evidently.
From the looks of it, it used to be a hilichurl camp. Who knows why the Fatui occupied it?
Looks pretty heavily guarded. How are we supposed to get in?
Durch den Haupteingang und nett anklopfen.
Not by brute force, that's for sure.
Oh, schade.
But that's not a problem. The terrain here gives us an advantage, and we haven't given away our position so far.
Schwer bewacht, ich sehe 2 Leute.
Our enemy is in the light, while we are in the shadows. Strategically, we have the upper hand.
Und was hat unser großer Stratege vor?
I think we have 3 options available. Option 1. Take the king, and it's checkmate. The Fatui's presence in Inazuma is weak at present. Nothing more than a few scattered remnants.
Aber wer wäre denn der König in dieser Situation? Ich glaube nicht, dass einer der Harbingers hier ist, ne?
If we strike from above and take down their leader first, the rest of them will be hard-pressed to put up a serious fight. Option 2. Hit them where it
Ich glaube nicht,
hurts.
dass die Fatui so
Over there, for
funktionieren.
example, a store of gunpowder cakes. If we manage to discreetly set the gunpowder alight without alerting them, it would deal them a devastating blow. They'd be caught completely off guard. Both their morale and fighting capacity would be severely impaired. Option 3. Use the environment against them. We're close to the sea here, so the air is very humid. I can gather the water vapor, you add a touch of lightning, and together we can shock them into submission.
Ha. Option 3 gefällt mir am besten.
That's our grand strategist. It's a lot to think about, though. Which option should we choose?
Ich bin für Option 3.
That will depend on our assessment of our own abilities. A surprise attack from the air is the quickest solution, but requires superior combat skills.
Die haben wir doch.
With an explosion, we could rapidly reduce their numbers without a protracted battle. But absolute stealth would be required during the operation.
Ja, nee.
Or we'd risk exposing ourselves.
Stealth in Genshin Impact ist nicht so mein Favorit.
If we decide to take advantage of the environment, we should be prepared for a lengthy siege. So, which is your preferred option?
Ich bin verwirrt. Warum Funken versprühen als drittes? Das klingt für mich wie der Schießpulveranschlag, aber... Also... Müsste so sein, oder?
All right. We'll draw them out first to minimize damage to the camp itself. I haven't had much chance to fight alongside you in the past. and
Habe ich
I'm
jetzt
not
Option
sure
3
I'll be able to
gewählt?
keep
Ich bin
up with
mir
your pace.
unsicher. Das war ja so beknackt gelabelt.
Still, not to worry. Even if I can't claim to be a warrior myself, I'm no stranger to the battlefield. This fight should be well within my capabilities. Okay, let's clear out the camp and find out what they've been up to.
Ja, kannst du uns mal zeigen, warum sie Führerin des Widerstands ist. Natürlich neben ihren strategischen und geistlichen Fähigkeiten. Ich sehe wirklich nur diese Dreier Fatui.
Hold the line! Their movements have become rigid and sluggish. We make a good team.
Okay, wir sollen alle besiegen.
Blowing thunder! Take this!
Krieg ich hier Ultimate noch geladen? Das wäre ganz cool. Ja, Kokomi ist auch nicht schlecht.
Excellent work.
Aber sie wäre mir das Geld nicht wert.
All thanks to your genius tactics.
Actually, even the best tactics live or die on the strength of those executing them.
Oh, danke.
Winning a battle takes a concerted effort from everyone involved. Victory never belongs to a single person.
Now that you mention it, Paimon did make a pretty big contribution, huh?
Ja, nee.
Hey!
I must admit, I wasn't expecting to find the Fatui laying low in a Hilichurl camp. Presumably, they've been operating out of here in secret for quite some time.
Ich verstehe immer nicht, warum sie 3 Fatui als heavily guarded bezeichnen.
What's their objective? Are the soldiers right? Could they really be in collusion with the Tenryou Commission?
Heavily regarded vielleicht.
Let's scour the camp for evidence. If the merchant's story is true, the inventory should be here.
All right, time to take a look around.
Das heißt, ich kann, glaube ich, Kisten zersmashen, ha? Oh, das war eine schlechte Idee.
This place is chock full of bomb-making materials. This is way too dangerous. We should tell Kokomi right away and figure out the best way to deal with it. So these are the Fatui food supplies? They look a little past their best. Is this really all they had to eat? Hey, look here. Could these belong to the merchant? There's a lot of stuff. Some of it has the Tenryou Commission emblem.
Oh no.
Yep, this has gotta be it.
Aber vielleicht wollen die auch, dass wir vermuten, dass die zusammenarbeiten, um die Friedensvermittlung zu sabotieren.
Kokomi! Kokomi! We found the merchant's stuff! Look!
I see.
Worüber denkst du nach?
Oh, nothing. I just zoned out for a moment. Let's see here. Yes, these are the stolen goods, all right. Food, medicine, farming tools, all essential for post-war recovery. And he was probably stockpiling them until he could make a handsome profit. By contrast, it's doubtful that the Tenryou Commission has any need of these items, so the idea that he was supplying them doesn't make a lot of sense.
Das stimmt.
In all likelihood, he's just an opportunistic merchant. Nothing quite as scandalous as Matsuda and Uchimura had imagined.
He's hardly a saint, though, right? How could he stockpile things that people are desperate for?
Money, money, money.
We're not just gonna give them back to him and let him go, are we? It doesn't feel right.
Na, die Sachen ihm zu klauen ist jetzt aber auch nicht richtig, oder?
Don't worry.
Ist ja sein gutes
I had
Recht,
already foreseen
nicht zu
this.
verkaufen.
In my recently issued post-war temporary decree, I included restrictions on the prices of essential everyday goods. These items will ultimately reach the people at a reasonable price. If he had taken the time to read the decree, it's unlikely he ever would have ended up in this predicament.
Ist ja echt alles durchdacht.
Kokomi, you think of everything.
I wish that were true. Take this alleged collusion between the Tenryou Commission and the Fatui, for example. I'm still completely stumped. The low energy doesn't exactly help.
Geringe Energie.
Huh? What do you mean by that?
Nothing. Come on, let's take the goods back.
Warum vertraut es uns nicht? Das ist doch schade.
It's not long now until the victory feast. It'll be a race against the clock to get all of this resolved before it starts.
Fühlt sich energielos, antriebslos.
First we mend the peace, then we attend the feast.
Ist er einfach nur überarbeitet wie Jean oder steckt da mehr dahinter? Das ist eine ganze Höhle. Huch. Das hat wohl nichts mit dem aktuellen Auftrag zu tun.
One with nature.
Irgend so ist Schatz, okay, ich habe keine Ahnung, wovon das hier ist. Oh, eine Schatztruhe.
Is this an answer from this world?
Yep, das ist eine Antwort von dieser Welt. Eine Antwort, die mir gefällt, nämlich aus Gold und Urgestein. Interessant. Aber ein... Ach, okay, lol. Es gab so einen, in der Lore hier, so einen legendären Piraten, der so viele Schätze angesammelt hat, dass er nicht wusste, was er damit tun wollte, oder sollte. Und hat ihn verbuddelt und Hinweise verteilt darüber, dass jemand, der klug genug ist, die Hinweise zusammenzusetzen, den finden könnte. Und ich bin einfach drüber gestolpert. Hey. Komplett vergessen, wenn ich die Karte finde. Eigentlich auch so eine Karte in der Art hier. Nope. Na, ist auch nicht so wichtig. Gut. Ich habe das One Piece gefunden. So. Mr. Naruse.
My goods! You got them back, huh? Thank you, Your Excellency. And thank you, Captain. You see, I told you I was innocent.
I'm not so sure. You could have easily planned the whole thing with the Fatui in
Ach,
advance.
Leute.
Based on the information we gathered from the Fatui camp, there's nothing to suggest he had any correspondence with them. Had it been the case, then knowing how the Fatui operates, they would have left some evidence of it.
But what if...
No ifs, no buts. We've recovered the goods. As agreed, this is sufficient to establish his innocence.
Apologies.
Guess we got carried away.
What did I tell you? You army numbskulls don't have a clue. All brawn and no brains coming to me with your crazy conspiracies.
Komm,
Lay off me next time, got it?
das war unnötig. Es gibt schlechte Verlierer, aber es gibt auch schlechte Gewinner.
Sir, I'm afraid you're getting ahead of yourself. You may be innocent of the accusations originally leveled at you, but hoarding essential goods is a crime under the temporary decree. You must bear the consequences. You have already admitted to being the owner of these goods, so we are obliged to respond with appropriate measures. In addition to enforcing the sale of these goods at the accepted rates, there will also be a fine, the amount of which...
Wait, Your Excellency, whose side are you on here?
Seite von Sangonomiya, aber von Watatsumi.
I have no business taking sides. As the divine priestess of Watatsumi Island, I abide by the principle of clear and consistent rewards and punishments. Just as merit must be recognized, mistakes must be penalized. You may have been proven innocent of the more serious allegations leveled at you, but this does not exempt you from bearing the consequences of your mistakes.
Wait a minute,
Well, don't just stand there. Take him away. Time to pay up.
Your Excellency, he says all the goods belong to him, but it doesn't add up. Those of a Tenryou Commission emblem are probably his, but not the rest. Especially these ones. They're clearly for shrine use.
It seems the Fatui simply dumped all their stolen goods in one place. Leave the shrine paraphernalia to me. As for the rest, I'll leave you to sift through and try to track down the owners. I know, that's a lot to ask.
Not at all, Your Excellency. We're on. But if I may, Your Excellency, maybe there were no signs of collusion in this case, but our people know what they saw. Something is going on between the Tenryou Commission and the Fatui. I know the peace talks are coming up, so please keep an open mind.
I understand your concern. I'll be sure to give it further consideration. I'm going to take these items back to the Sangonomiya Shrine. Why don't you come along for the walk?
Klar, kleinen Spaziergang zum Schrein.
Watatsumi Island observes different customs than the rest of Inazuma. I imagine it must all seem a little alien to you.
Das absolut. Aber die haben ja auch eine sehr eigene Geschichte, ne? Gerade auch mit dem ganzen Kram mit Enkanomiya da unten. Ist ja auch schon wieder ewig her.
It's been a long time since I last came to this village. There's been a lot to deal with recently. Next time you visit, I'll take you to visit Watatsumi Island's old shrine.
Den alten Schrein? Was ist denn der alte Schrein? Huch.
You know, the earliest shrine on Watatsumi Island was not located in Sangonomiya. It was close to the Statue of the Seven. Back then, the people of this island recognized the Shogun's existence, despite not venerating her as the shogunate do. But after she struck down our protector deity, the shrine was abandoned.
Oh, dann weiß ich, von welchem Schrein sie redet.
Relations between Watatsumi Island and the shogunate have soured ever since. Mistrust has become deep-rooted over time.
Was ist das dann nicht auch schon alles wieder Jahrhunderte her?
I've been hoping to raise all this at the peace talks and discuss it properly. Grievances have to be let go eventually.
Your Excellency, what brings you out this way on your busy schedule? Oh my, you're looking a little worse for wear. You need to take better care of yourself, okay? All of our fates depend on you.
Thanks for your concern, but I'm fine.
Ja, das ist schön zu sehen, dass die Bürger von Watatsumi sich so sehr sorgen um ihre Herren.
Your Excellency, I beg you, heed a word of advice. After all this time fighting the Shogun's army, peace is not something that can simply be declared. If we reconcile with them, the god who once protected us will have died in vain.
Come on, that's ancient history. Besides, the fighting is barely over. We should be grateful to be at peace once more.
I know, it's just... We should remain strong in these negotiations. We mustn't be too ready to compromise.
Schätze, da hat's auch recht.
I appreciate your concerns. I will consider the options carefully and be sure to proceed appropriately.
Wonderful. We're all counting on you, Your Excellency.
Ich meine, es wäre auch nicht Sinn der Sache, wenn sie die ganze Zeit weiter Krieg führen.
Oh, Your Excellency?
Wegen dieser erschlagenen Gottheit.
Fancy meeting you at a place like this. Do you know, my daughter's enrolled herself in the Shrine Maiden selection process this year. If she makes it into Sangonomiya, I'll be one very happy mother. You're a kind and gracious leader. She'd be in very good hands. I'm always telling my daughter that if she gets the chance to learn from Her Excellency directly, she must make the most of it. I mean, just look at Her Excellency, still so young, but so mature and intelligent. My daughter has always look to you as a role model.
Da war aber ein ganz schön sicker Fan.
Well, if she comes to Sangonomiya, I'll look out for her.
Your Excellency. Boy, am I glad you're here. As you know, agricultural output has taken a pretty big
Leute,
hit
jetzt
this year. Let me
überhäuft
bring you
doch
up to
nicht mit
speed on the
eurem
latest
Nonsens.
situation.
Also es ist kein Nonsens, aber wisst ihr schon.
Oh, Your Excellency, isn't this the captain of Swordfish 2? Will he be based on Watatsumi Island from now on?
Your Excellency!
Please, remain calm, everyone. I'll get around to all your queries. Though, for the longer ones, I'd prefer it if you could write a report and submit it to the shrine. Then I can respond to each one as and when I have the time.
Du antwortest mit Kokomi zusammen geistert den Leuten.
Are you alright?
Ja, es testet meine Geduld. Schon so ein bisschen, ne?
This kind of thing is water off a duck's back for you, huh?
Your Excellency, here you are. There's been a situation. We're still waiting on the delivery of a whole batch of ceremonial items. I'm beginning to worry that they've been stolen.
Ach so, die haben wir gesehen, ne?
Oh, we retrieved those already. No need to worry.
Really? That's fantastic. You never cease to amaze us, Your Excellency. I sorted through all the petitions received recently and placed them on your desk. Also, according to the schedule, you're just in time for your meeting today on the development of the textiles industry.
That's today? Right now?
Jetzt so gar keinen Bock darauf.
Yes, the two young ladies have arrived safely. We're just waiting for you.
I see. I was hoping to take a walk around the island with you, but it looks like we'll have to save that for some other time.
Macht nichts. Es gibt bestimmt noch ein Hangout-Event mit dir.
Oh, let's rendezvous tomorrow at the entrance to Sangonomiya Shrine. And then we'll go and make preparations for the victory feast.
Yay! The victory feast! Just to be clear, we're talking lots of delicious food, right?
That's the name of the game. There'll be some Watatsumi Island specialties, which I'm sure you'll enjoy.
Great! See you tomorrow then!
Eieiei. Die und Jean, ne? Ich glaube, die würden sich verstehen wie eineige Zwillinge. Lassen wir mal die Zeit verstreichen bis 10 Uhr. Dum, 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 dum. Na, wir sind natürlich zu Sangonomiya, um dort auf Sangonomiya zu warten.
Kokomi isn't here yet. That's weird. She doesn't seem like the type to show up late to things.
100 Pro wieder Ärger mit irgendwas oder irgendwem. Nach einer Weile.
How is she still not here? Do you think she could be in trouble? Let's go ask that soldier over there.
Are you looking for Her Excellency? I'm afraid she isn't here at the moment. I don't know where she's gone.
What?
So strange. Guess we should just call it a rain check then?
Not necessarily. If I recall correctly, Her Excellency has made special provisions for such a scenario in her general operational directives.
Natürlich hat sie das.
Let me see. Yes, number 98. Should a visitor from afar come to see me, and should my whereabouts be unknown, direct them to proceed southward until they arrive at a tree with purple foliage. The footnote stipulates that this only applies when Her Excellency has made no communication regarding her whereabouts before disappearing. And even then, only when the visitor in question is of VIP status.
Gut, das sollte auf uns so
As
zutreffen.
far as I'm concerned, you two tick all of the boxes. I keep this directive on me at all times.
I'm sure this is the right course of action.
Er hat da bestimmt schon die ganze Zeit gewartet, dass irgendwann mal diese Direktive eintreffen würde.
Kokomi really does think of everything. Alright, let's find the place she wrote about and have a look.
Nach Süden bis zu einem lila blättrigen Baum. Das ist eher so Süd-Südwest, ne? Ah, close enough.
Are you sure this is the right place? It feels like we keep heading deeper into the middle of nowhere.
Middle of nowhere?
Doesn't that tree look like the one she
Stellung, wo
described
ich
in
nicht
the
ganz...
directive? It looks like there's a way in over there. Let's take a look.
Achso. Hierhin, ne? Ja. Hat sie hier einfach ihr privates Studierstübchen oder was? Ist ja cool.
Kokomi! So this is where you ran off to.
Oh,
We
sie
were gonna
schläft.
meet up and get things ready for the victory feast today. What happened?
It's you. I apologize. I'm not feeling my usual self today.
You got sick? We'll go find a doctor right away.
No. It's nothing like that. It's just... my energy is completely spent.
You run on energy? You mean you're like a ruin guard?
So Batterien austauschen hab.
No, it's just a figure of speech. I'm ashamed to admit it, but I can't always be the infinitely capable person I present myself as.
Nichts, wofür man sich schämen bräuchte. Man hat ja gestern das bereits gemerkt.
You noticed? I guess I haven't quite mastered the ability to hide how I'm feeling. I'll keep working at it. To be honest, I'm not really
falsche
cut out to be a
Einstellung.
leader. At first, my dream was to read up on military strategy and perhaps become an advisor. Constantly communicating with people, trying to retain their morale, having to read between the lines, making sure everyone gets the recognition they deserve. It's such hard work. You're somehow supposed to make people feel wonderful, just from being in your presence, while also commanding their respect. It doesn't come naturally to me. And truth be told, it's something I never wanted for myself. But because of my bloodline, I was always going to end up being the divine priestess, sooner or later. Like it or not, it's just the way it is.
Das ist interessant zu hören. Ein paar Einblicke in ihre wahren Gefühle.
So, whenever I feel overwhelmed, I come here to just lose myself in a book and relax for a while. Don't worry, it doesn't affect my work. I handed over preparations for the victory feast to someone else. I have to make a speech tonight, and I mustn't give the troops any reason to suspect that something could be wrong. This peace was hard won, and I want them to feel at ease.
Is there anything we can do to help?
I should be feeling energized again soon if I hold off on work for a little longer. If only there was some way I could listen to a good read on military strategy. I'm sure that'd speed up the process.
Audible.com. Entschuldigung. Schläft die gute Dame denn überhaupt? Die macht mir so einen Eindruck, wirklich wie Jean, dass sie einfach sich 10 Tassen Kaffee reinballert oder so und dann die ganze Nacht durchmacht.
I was reading a book last time I was here, but
Und das ist die 3. Nacht in
I
Folge.
only got about halfway through. Oh, where did I put it?
We'll find it for you. And then we'll read it out to you to help you recover.
You do that for me? Thank you.
Dafür, dass wir ein
Really
gute
lucky you
Nachtlied
came
und dann
back
kannst
to
du sie eigentlich mal
Watatsumi
ausruhen.
Island. It'd be so nice if all my work could just do itself without me having to lift a finger.
Ja. Wäre das nicht ein Träumchen?
Whoa, look at all these petitions. So does Kokomi make time to deal with these even when she's resting? Sangonomiya Events Cash Flow Statement. Consolidated Annual Report on Fishing Production. Watatsumi Island Monthly Maintenance Expenses Breakdown? This is a lot of work for one person, and it's on top of all the directives she has to write and the people she has to meet day to day. It's no wonder she gets burnt out from time to time.
Ja, auch keine Sekretärin und Minister für sowas? Wenn solche Ningguang von Liyue hat ja auch ihre Keqing und die ganzen anderen Leute, die solche Sachen übernehmen.
Let's track down that book and help her feel like herself again.
Haben wir das Buch? Nee.
Hey, look! Could this be the book she wanted?
Geheime Notizen. Hab heute den Nachmittag damit verbracht, mich mit dem Vertreter der Händlergilde zu streiten. Energiewert -4. Sie werden gebraucht, um Waren im Umlauf zu halten, aber sie dürfen nicht diese Angelegenheit ausnutzen, um sich zu bereichern. Nach einem Tag am Schreibtisch mit Regierungsgeschäften Energiewert -3. Am Abend muss die nächste Anweisung gemacht werden. Hoffentlich wird es nicht zu spät. Morgen muss ich noch auf die Inspektion gehen. Es war heute so windig draußen, Energiewert -2. Es wird bald Regen und hoffentlich werden der Wind und die Wellen dieses Mal weniger stark sein, sodass die Fischer sicher zurückkehren können. Ich habe heute die Nachricht von den Friedensgesprächen erfahren. Energiewert +2. Wenn es keine Kriege mehr gäbe, wären doch alle auf Watatsumi glücklich, oder? Ich habe heute gehört, dass die Tenryou-Verwaltung möglicherweise mit den Fatui einen Komplott geschmiedet hat. Energiewert -5. Das ist schon mehr als was ich zu erkennen oder zu fassen imstande wäre. Oder war. Der Kapitän des Schwertfisch 2 kehrt heute zurück. Energiewert +4. Hey, wir haben einen sehr guten Einfluss auf sie. Wir haben alle stillschweigend darauf gewartet, Teppei oder diejenigen, die im Krieg gefallen sind, zu erwähnen. Verzichtet, meine Güte. Wir haben alle stillschweigend darauf verzichtet, Teppei oder diejenigen, die im Krieg gefallen sind, zu erwähnen. Mann, oh Mann, der Weg zu Frieden ist unglaublich steinig und schwer. Ich werde heute wieder von vielen Menschen angesprochen, Energiewert -3. Wenn ich ihren herzlichen Augenblick sehe, denke ich immer an den Tag, an dem ich die Nachfolge als göttliche Priesterin angetreten habe. Bin ich nach all den Jahren ihren Erwartungen gerecht? Ich frage mich, ob das immer die komplette Bilanz ist oder einfach nur so, dass es quasi summiert wird. Auf jeden Fall scheint für sie die Sache mit der Energie nicht einfach nur eine Redewendung zu sein.
Swordfish Captain came back today. Energy +4. That's just,
Wir haben nichts gesehen.
Give it here. Guess that was the wrong one. Let's keep looking.
You saw it, didn't you?
Vielleicht. Frag mich, ob das noch erklärt, was damit gemeint ist.
Look, there's even a bookmark. None of the other books have one, so she must have finished reading those already. Ooh, it's pretty dense.
Oh, hat er noch nicht angefangen.
Understand a thing. Well, let's take it over and read it to her.
Haben wir es endlich gefunden. Lies Kokomi das Buch der Kriegskunst vor.
Kokomi, is this the book you wanted?
I'm not sure, actually. Could you read a bit out loud?
Handle nach dem Plan und plane nach der Lage. Ah, du meine Güte. Das ist Kokomi, ihr Lieblingsbuch, da kriegst du kurz vor.
Kokomi? Kokomi!
Endlich, sie schläft. Können wir sie die nächsten 8 Stunden mal, oder die nächsten 12 Stunden mal nicht behelligen?
Tonight's the victory feast. Not to mention that the peace talks are just around the corner. She's got so much to do.
Ja, wir lassen sie eine Weile ruhen.
You sure that's a good idea? She does look pretty exhausted. Guess there's still some time to go too. Alright, let's keep her company while she rests. Avoid disaster. Protect peace at all costs. The war's over. Things are slowly getting better. Oh. Did you see?
Mach's weiter in eine Pause mit Kokomi.
What time is it? Did I fall asleep? Yep, you've been out for ages. It's nearly time for the feast. I can't believe it got so late. I haven't slept that peacefully in so long. That's gotta be 3 whole energy points right there. Should be enough to see me through the peace talks.
Willst du uns das nur endlich erklären? Und meine Güte, ihre Energiewerte müssen doch 100 Pro auf Kredit laufen, so wie die ganze Zeit verballert.
Thank you. Well, we better get ourselves over there. It's nearly time to light the bonfire. Woohoo! Kokomi's back to full energy! Good to have you back.
Ja, Full Energy. Will ich mal bezweifeln. Ich frage mich, ob es einen Unterschied gemacht hätte, sie aufzuwecken. Oder ob dann Paimon eingeschritten wäre. Meistens gibt es ja dann doch nicht so viel Auswahlmöglichkeit. Ah, jetzt sind sie alle.
It looks like everything's in place for the feast. But I still need to give a quick speech before the festivities begin. Oh, how much energy will that take? Do you think you've got enough? Don't worry, I've got plenty. Thanks to you two, I recovered more quickly than usual. That's great! We'll be rooting for you! Welcome, everyone! Today is the day that we celebrate our victory. Recently, our war with the Shogun's army came to an end, and we finally saw the abolition of the Vision Hunt Decree. None of us can know what the Inazuma of the future will look like. But tomorrow, I meet with the Tenryou Commission for peace talks. I give you my word that I will strive for peace for Watatsumi Island once and for all. Thank you all for your valiant efforts throughout. Truly, it is only through those efforts that we have been able to prevail in this trying war. This feast is held in honor of each and every one of you gathered here today. I hope all of you get to relax and enjoy our hard-won victory.
Yeah. Nach einer Weile.
Tonight seems to have gone off without a hitch. I'm so glad it's all going smoothly.
Ja, und das wohl nicht passiert, wenn sie mitten im Satz eingeschlafen wäre, wenn sie sich nicht vorher ausgeruht hätte.
People tend to be more open when they're in a good mood. Could I ask you to go around and see what information you can gather? I still have no further leads
Gewitzt.
regarding the issue of potential collusion between the Tenryou Commission and the Fatui. And I'm concerned that something might happen at tomorrow's peace talks. Okay, sure. We'll go ask around.
Also mal wieder die üblichen Verdächtigen hier. Arisawa.
A friend of mine was really looking forward to this feast. Even promised he'd sing a song with me. If only he were still here.
Matsuda.
With me around, no one would dare try any funny business at the victory feast.
Oh ja. Vielen Dank für deine starke Präsenz hier.
Found anything out yet?
Nope, noch nicht. Kinder vielleicht? Nope. Hiraien, Fischhändler.
Watatsumi Island is finally at peace, and it's all thanks to Her Excellency, Sangonomiya.
Doch, scheint's mir so, als ob die Soldaten nicht nur wegen des Friedens, wegen des Festes aufgeregt sind.
Recently, let me think. Well, the biggest thing for us is that we can finally get back out on the ocean to fish. During the hostilities, the open sea was full of warships. We just had to make do with what little fish and shrimp we could get our hands on closer to shore. When the catch wasn't good, we'd all go hungry. The poor kids were crying all day and night, but there was just nothing I could do.
Ja, das klingt echt furchtbar.
We'd go to bed ravenous and be tossing and turning all night long, trying to keep it together until the morning. At least things are finally improving now.
Finde ich krass, wie das im Detail auch beschrieben wird.
I hear you're captain of Swordfish too, is that right? Well, thank you for your service. Here, have a fish. It's freshly caught, so it's a bit, fishy. But it's fine.
Oh, no. We couldn't possibly.
Ah, come on, take it. Without you, we'd probably still be going to bed hungry tonight. Her Excellency always teaches us to repay kindness with gratitude.
Vielen Dank für den Fisch.
Okay, well, thanks. Come on, let's go talk to some others.
Kabasaba. Gemüsehändlerin.
Hey there. Care for some fruit and vegetables? Nature's remedy when you overdo the barbecue.
Was so in letzter Zeit passiert? Irgendwelche Gerüchte?
Are you referring to the thing about the Tenryou Commission and the Fatui? I've heard rumors, but nothing too detailed. It's funny you should say that the soldiers seem excitable, though. I've had the same feeling. See that guy over there? He's been acting strange these days. Always shouting and waving his spear around when he's got nothing to do. He scared the heck out of me a few times. It's a miracle the fighting has finally come to an end. Yeah, I really hope we don't go making any more trouble for ourselves. Sorry, I'm afraid I don't have much information. If you still have questions, you may as well go and talk to him.
Sounds promising. Let's go see what that guy's deal is.
Also der trainiert dann scheinbar schon für Auseinandersetzungen.
This guy smells of booze.
Oh.
Huh? Wait, don't tell me. Captain of Swordfish too, right?
Absolut korrekt, Soldat.
You actually came back. I thought you'd abandoned the platoon and made a run for it.
Nuh-uh. We would never run from a fight.
Is that so? All anyone talks about these days is peace and stability. Do you remember what the most important thing is to the Resistance?
Der Wille eines Kriegers.
You got that right. So I'm gonna put you to the test. Time to see if you truly are a bona fide Resistance
Oh, cool. Ein
warrior.
kleiner Smog-Battle.
I'll answer your questions, but only if you can beat me in a duel.
Ugh, this guy. Would it kill him to just have a normal conversation?
Wahrscheinlich ja.
What do you think? Are we gonna do this?
We'll see about that.
Jetzt denkst du so ein bisschen Spaß hier auf dem Fest. Ich lasse ihm sogar den ersten Schlag. Leider daneben.
You're a strong fighter. No wonder Her Excellency chose you.
Das war halt literally nur eine Combo, ne?
You really do
War
have a
eine
warrior's
Serie
will.
von Angriffen.
Then maybe you can understand us.
Ich hoffe, der steht nicht stellvertretend für alle Soldaten von von Watatsumi. Sonst wären die ziemlich am Arsch.
Captain, Comrade, will you join us?
Join you in what?
We made it up. The story about the Tenryou Commission colluding with the Fatui. It didn't happen.
What? Poor Kokomi's been worried sick. You're telling us you made the whole thing up? What the heck
Das
were
ist
you
echt
thinking?
cool.
This could send you right back into war with the Tenryou Commission.
Yes, that's exactly what we're hoping to achieve.
Sind die bescheuert, ey. Können wir bitte allesamt einmal begeißeln und dann aus den Militärrängen verbannen?
Peace talks? Everyone's been drawn in by the idea. That's why the future of Watatsumi Island is at stake.
Ist sowas nicht legit ein Verbrechen? Also in echten Kriegszeiten will man doch für sowas bestimmt vor das Kriegsgericht gestellt werden, ne? Weil man aktiv Friedensverhandlungen versucht zu sabotieren.
What's to stop the Tenryou Commission from stabbing us in the back? And what's to stop the Raiden Shogun from issuing another Vision Hunt decree?
Die Shogun Raiden. Hält die Shogun Raiden ab.
We are the Resistance. Everything hinges on our warriors' will. We can't trust the Tenryou Commission or the Raiden Shogun, but we can put faith in ourselves. Surely you agree with that?
Nope.
His point does kinda make sense, but something about it doesn't feel right to Paimon.
Das Einzige, worauf es doch hinausläuft, ist, dass ihr einfach kämpfen wollt.
Yeah, everything you said just now was pure speculation, wasn't it? Are you seriously willing to make up a wild rumor and ruin the peace everyone's worked so hard for, all because of some imaginary situation that may not even happen?
Das ist definitiv auch eine Art und Weise, die gefallenen Soldaten nochmal auf deren Gräber zu pissen. Und alles, wofür sie gekämpft haben, in Bedeutungslosigkeit versenken zu lassen.
Don't take that tone with me, acting like you're above all of this. What would you understand? For the sake of victory, we embodied the warrior's will to the fullest. You understand? We were all in. Now they're suddenly trying to tell us that none of it matters anymore?
Hä, wie dumm sind die? Alles davon zählt. Sonst wären sie doch gar nicht hier.
You'd have me just put down my weapon and start living like an ordinary person. But how can I? How can I when every time I close my eyes, I see the faces of the friends we lost in battle?
Also was wäre deren bestes oder wünschenswertes Outcome? Dass allesamt von der Tenryou Commission abgeschnetzelt werden? Die Raiden Shogun auch und alle anderen von Narukami? Wäre das deren Ziel?
Every time I see them there in my mind's eye, remind me that I can never forgive the Tenryou Commission and never forgive the Vision Hunt decree. I guess you're not one of us. Well, whatever. Go ahead and tell Sango Nomiya if you want, but you're too late to stop us now.
Too late? What do you mean?
What? Wollen die Gespräche sabotieren?
Darn. Doesn't seem like he's gonna answer that one.
Also die Gefahr morgen wird nicht von der Tenryou-Verwaltung ausgehen, auch nicht von den Fatui, sondern von den eigenen Leuten.
What are we gonna do? This is really serious. We need to give Kokomi the full story right away.
Kann ich ihm nochmal eine auf die Schnauze hauen? Was ein Arsch. Eine Menge Sachen, würde ich sagen.
The whole thing about the Tenryou Commission colluding with the Fatui is baloney. They made it all up. They wanted the peace talks to break down so that they could carry on fighting the war. And they said it's too late to try and stop them, no matter what we do.
I see.
Sie wirkt mal wieder etwas abwesend.
I'm fine. Don't worry. This is my fault. If only I'd perceived what they were feeling earlier, it never would have come to this.
Bullshit.
I think I understand what Kozen means when he says it's too late. The talks don't begin until tomorrow, but both sides have already sent their guards to the location. They are responsible for making sure the area is safe and secure. I highly suspect that one of Kozen's pro-war co-conspirators will have infiltrated the guards with an intent to reignite hostilities tomorrow during the negotiations.
Well, that's no good. Do you want us to head over there now and switch out the guards?
That won't work. Firstly, the act of bringing a new team of guards to a neutral negotiation site will put both sides on high alert.
Ja, okay.
It would almost certainly push the pro-war faction into taking action. They would
Es
attack
ist auch
the
schlimmer,
Tenryo
als
Commission's
zuzulassen,
guards
dass
and
die da sind,
we'd be in
Unfug
danger of war breaking
stiften.
out once again. Not to mention that we have no idea how many of Watatsumi Island's soldiers are involved in this plot. If we change the guard in haste, we face the issue of not knowing who to trust.
Auch wieder wahr.
Sounds like a really tricky situation. So is there really nothing we can do about it?
Dann einfach alle Wachen abbestellen und einfach nur Goro und uns dahin stellen. Sollte auch klappen.
Don't let it worry you. What's done is done. Now it falls to me to devise a counterplan.
Ich meine, wenn der Kamisato-Clan auf der Gegenseite da, ich sag mal, Veranstaltungsgeber ist, dann haben wir ja eh nichts zu befürchten.
These soldiers crossed the line, but the blame is not theirs alone. Whatever happens, I will find a way to ensure they do not come to harm. Let's meet here again tomorrow.
Kokomi geht eigentlich zu Sangonia zurück. Heieiei. Schönes Siegesfest.
Well, the peace talks are upon us. How do you feel? Prepared?
Und selber? Hast du überhaupt geschlafen?
Here, take this. These are some directives I wrote last night. These negotiations are complex, to be sure, but I thought about it carefully and realized there are no more than 187 possible outcomes.
Ah, cool.
I took the liberty of writing them all down. This way, you will be able to adapt with speed, no matter how the events play out.
Also hat sie die ganze Nacht daran gesessen, oder wie schnell geht sich die Madame durch Tinte und Papier durch?
Whoa, this is huge! Let's see. Fierce dispute, violent escalation, armed revolt, coordinated attack, seize hostages. Wow, there are so many! But you've thought of a solution to each one! Hyman suddenly feels a lot less nervous.
Also auch wenn es auf einmal zu einer Revolte kommt oder zur Geiselnahme, wir dann erstmal das Buch aufschlagen können, im Verzeichnis schauen, okay, in Band so und so, Seite so und so, Abschnitt 12c. Wie soll das funktionieren?
Glad to hear it. These peace talks are quite exceptional. It is a major step forward both for Watatsumi Island and the Shogunate. But any amount of dissatisfaction within our ranks weakens our negotiating position. We will have to work all the harder if we want these talks to be a success. As the Divine Priestess of Watatsumi Island, this responsibility is, of course, mine to shoulder. But would you be willing to lend me a hand?
Ja, wir möchten ja auch, dass die Friedensgespräche erfolgreich verlaufen.
Excellent. Okay, time to head off.
Und hoffentlich ist unsere Präsenz genug, um die Leute von dummen Gedanken abzubringen. Oder wir müssen gewalttätig werden. Oh, was sind die Verwaltungswaldungen? Da. Zu einer kleinen Nebeninsel von Tatarasuna. Ich glaube, an der Stelle sind normalerweise immer Liedschilder unterwegs. Wie ich recht entsinne. Yep. Da ist immer so ein Kreis, wo ein paar Liedschilder rumtanzen. Aber nicht heute. Das sieht irgendwie cool aus. Ah, jetzt sind auch die Leute reingerendert. Hier also die Leute vom Bakufu. Und da hinten unserem. Interessant, dass Kusho Sarah federführend ist.
I believe the last time we met was on the battlefield.
Yes, where you dealt my forces quite the devastating blow.
Also man ist die Generäle und nicht die, ja, die, ich sag mal, die politischen Führer.
But before we go any further, what are you doing here?
Ich bin hier, um den Friedensgesprächen beizuwohnen.
That's right. He's here to bear witness to the proceedings. He experienced the war between us firsthand, and has made an enormous contribution towards securing the peace we have today. I couldn't think of a more suitable candidate.
Seems reasonable. Then let's get straight into it.
Kokomi und Sarah beginnen ihre Friedensgespräche.
The first item is the maritime administration issue. During wartime, we restricted fishing rights for Watatsumi vessels in Narukami waters. We intend to remove these restrictions, but going forward, any of your vessels that fish in our waters will have to pay taxes in accordance with Narukami legislation in order to bring their catch back to Watatsumi.
Klingt fair.
That's fine, but if they're paying taxes, they should also be entitled to protection from the Tenryou Commission while in your waters. Any losses they sustain due to issues of public security will need to be compensated by the Tenryou Commission.
Accepted. Let's add that to the peace treaty. I can assure you that your vessels will be quite safe in our hands.
Negotiations seem to be going pretty smoothly.
Also schon über Fischerei und sowas reden.
The next item has to do with the movement of people and military authority. In the past, our people have been subjected to lengthy interrogations on arrival in Watatsumi, and the same has been true for your people on arrival to Narukami. Economic cooperation between our islands has suffered greatly as a consequence. Few merchants are now willing to engage in inter-island commerce. Since the war is now over, I propose that we have the Yashiro Commission appoint a business council to oversee trade between our two islands.
The problem there is that trade is a reciprocal affair. We'll need to involve merchants from both sides in this process if it is to succeed. We cannot give the Yashiro Commission full authority.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't Watatsumi Island facing severe shortages of many essential goods at the moment? Having the Yashiro Commission organize everything centrally would work in your favor.
True, we're experiencing some shortages, but we will recover in due course. Between the diverse range of goods we can produce ourselves and our strong trade links with other areas, we are capable of sourcing everything we need.
Was haben die für Handelsbeziehungen mit anderen Gebieten?
Not to mention that your proposal would require separate talks with the Kamisato clan. If they've yet to sanction it, I believe you are going beyond the remit of the Tenryou Commission's authority.
Let's leave that aside for now, then. On to the military question. Watatsumi Island's forces will need to come back under the jurisdiction of the Tenryou Commission.
That just isn't feasible. Not in the short term, at least.
Ja, das ist nicht so der erste Punkt, über den man reden müsste.
With all due respect, feasibility doesn't come into it. The Tenryou Commission alone has ultimate responsibility for Inazuma's national security. We cannot allow Watatsumi Island to be the sole exception to this rule indefinitely.
Nein, sagen wir nicht, dass ausgerechnet unsere Leute von Schwertfisch 2 federführend sind hier.
You Kujo scum! Colluding with the Fatui isn't low enough for you already. You just want to take everything away from us. Comrades, never trust the Kujo. Let's get them!
Protect Madame Kujo!
Das Buch.
Number 16. No, wait. 67? Or is it 73? Which one is it?
Haben sich alle wieder beruhigt. Das ist noch nicht friedlich ausgegangen.
The last one, but hold off for the moment. Stand down, Tadakatsu. The situation has changed. Please stand by for further orders. Rest assured, I am fully aware of your concerns, but I will deal with the situation from here. Madam Kujo, this is rather serious. I believe you owe Watatsumi Island an explanation.
Excuse me for a moment. Nobody makes another move until I have finished investigating. You two, here, now!
Stille.
Speak! Collusion with the Fatui? Is this true?
I wouldn't exactly call it collusion as such.
We were approached by a few Fatui. They mentioned a potential cooperation to keep the war against Watatsumi Island going. At the time, I felt like we could give it a try. After all, there'd be nothing to lose.
But we were extremely careful. We didn't agree to anything. We just said they could maybe start by heading to Watatsumi Island and stirring things up a little. Then we'd see how it went.
Ach, du meine Güte.
With respect, ma'am, there was no collusion.
Das sind die keine
It was
Collusion.
just a one-off conversation. How anyone from Watatsumi Island even found out about it, I have no idea.
That's enough. When we return, there will be consequences. Might I remind you that this is the Fatui? Have you completely forgotten what they did to us? You should be having no interaction with them whatsoever, let alone entertaining offers of cooperation. So, what did they want out of it?
The Fatui's main forces have already left Inazuma. The few who approached us seemed like they wanted to settle a score for their boss.
Oh, her subordinates. So they're out for revenge. They want to keep Inazuma in a state of turmoil. One day, I will hunt them down. Every last one. We bear responsibility for this issue. My sincere apologies. I have my own negligence to blame for this state of affairs. Please, grant us another chance to continue the peace talks.
But of course, Madam Kujo, I have every confidence in your ability to resolve this situation. For the time being, however, there is evidently some discord within the Tenryou Commission's ranks. I would therefore not feel comfortable releasing Watatsumi Island's forces into your command at this time.
It seems that I must acquiesce. I will lay this issue aside for now, but we shall revisit it as soon as the Tenryou Commission has resolved our internal issues. As for the trade issues we raised, I will discuss options with the Yashiro Commission and make sure both sides have ample participation in the final arrangement.
Seems like Kujo-Sara's on the defensive now. These negotiations should be smooth sailing from here on out.
Kokomi und Sara schließen in aller Ruhe die Verhandlungen ab.
I never knew the grand strategist of Watatsumi Island was a skilled negotiator, as well as a formidable commander. I hope that when we meet again, we can continue these sit-down discussions. Settling our differences on the battlefield is rather taxing. I think we can leave things there for today. Once I get back, I will conduct a thorough investigation into the Tenryou Commission's internal issues.
I should inform you that we took out a Fatui camp recently. I suspect that before long, they will attempt to re-establish contact with your people in the hope of procuring some assistance. I recommend you say and do nothing on the matter for the time being, lest you tip them off and they disappear. Wait for them to come to you. That way, you can capture them all in one fell swoop.
Ja, ein genialer Schachzug von Kokomi.
I will bear this in mind. Thank you. I shall take my leave now. Until we meet again.
Your Excellency, we...
Let's discuss it after we get back.
Hohlköpfe. Das ging ja nochmal gut. Was soll zusammen mit Kokomi den Soldaten? Nur einen? Ich glaube, das ist ein Problem von größerem Ausmaß, oder? Ach, wo wir hier sind, ja? War hier nicht der Sterbeort von Teppei?
Your Excellency, you knew?
I have already been informed on the reasons for your actions. You believe the Tenryou Commission to be untrustworthy and sought to sabotage the peace talks and reignite the war. Fortunately, the end result exposed and thwarted a secret Tenryou Commission plot. Yet, this was purely incidental, and the end certainly did not justify your means.
But Your Excellency, so many comrades have sacrificed themselves in the line of duty. If we stop now, aren't all of our efforts going to waste?
Deine Logik ist so verquert und falsch einfach nur.
I want to keep fighting. I want ultimate victory, even if it means I have to pay the ultimate price.
Ja, schön. Kann man den bitte schön in ein Straflager stecken oder so?
I understand your sentiments, but you cannot simply impose your will and expect others to bear the consequences. During the war, there were highs and there were lows, and in the end, there was a glorious victory. For you, perhaps the experience was one of great excitement. But you saw nothing of the countless others who will remember the war quite differently. Most people suffered terribly through each day. Watatsumi Island's people yearn for peace because they have long since given all they had to the war effort. They are tired of treading water and don't need you dragging them back underneath once again.
But...
I understand, I do. And the fault is not yours alone. It was largely an oversight on my part. I taught you to nurture a warrior's will, but never how to let it go.
It's not your fault, Your Excellency. It was ours. Our selfishness. Either way, we are ready to accept sentencing under martial law.
Schnell.
Very well. Then I hereby declare...
Ja, dann deklär doch mal.
That as of today, I am founding a new secret corps of the army. This division will be responsible for keeping Watatsumi Island safe and secure, neutralizing any and all threats to the peace of our island.
Also eine Militärpolizei eingerichtet.
You and your comrades will all be welcome to join, but be warned, the training will be grueling. Perseverance and grit will be in high demand.
Your Excellency, what are you saying?
I have concluded from today's peace talks that the Kujo clan cannot achieve absolute peace and stability in the near future. Many seek peace, but there are still those who pursue war. It is right that Watatsumi Island moves towards peace, but we must still retain a defensive capacity. Those whose warrior's will is alive and well, I invite you to embark on the most challenging training regimen of your lives. I don't want to hear from any of you again until all of you can take on 2 shogunate samurai at a time.
Thank you, Your Excellency.
All right, dismissed. Go and report to General Goro. And remember, there can be no more insubordination. And if there is, there will be no more leniency from me, whatever reasons you may have.
Yes, ma'am. From now on, we will focus on our training. Thank you for this opportunity, Your Excellency. We'll report to General Goro right away.
everything in hand.
Dann doch erstaunlich bereitwillig einzugestehen.
I can feel my energy level starting to drop. Meet you back at the hideout for some rest?
Sollen wir weiter vorlesen? Oh. Oh, schön. Ich verstehe, warum sie ihr Hideout hier hat.
Thank you for everything. With your help, peace has been restored on Watatsumi Island once more.
Wie steht's mit deinem Energieniveau?
Recovering. Slowly, but surely. I should be raring to go before too long. Today was a reminder that I don't cope well in situations with lots of people. I've improved, but I still get nervous when more than a handful of people are involved. I think I might get Goro to handle the negotiations next time.
Ob der damit besser klarkäme? Ich schätze, solange Yaemiko nicht auf der anderen Seite steht. Das ist ein bewundernswerten Dienst auf jeden Fall geleistet.
Do you think so? To be honest, I'm still a long way off what's expected of a divine priestess. In the past, I was concerned only with winning the war, restoring peace, and making sure everyone could live a happy life. But I realize now that wasn't going far enough. People have all kinds of aspirations, and just as many measures of happiness. I have a long way to go. But that's okay. If I can't make the journey in one giant leap, I'll just have to settle for taking it one small step at a time.
Hier liegt ein bisschen Weisheit drin, die man sich gerne mal zu Herzen nehmen kann.
In short, I've still got some maturing to do. Could you stay here on Watatsumi Island? To keep me company for a while longer?
Ja, dann bleiben wir noch eine Weile hier. Drakerna Somnolenta. Er sagt abgeschlossen. Ich glaube, einen zweiten gibt es bis dato noch gar nicht. Das war also fürs Erste die Geschichte von Kokomi und scheint, als würden die Friedensverhandlungen zwischen Watatsumi und Narukami noch ein wenig länger anhalten. Also zumindest bis zur vollständigen Vereinbarung. An der Stelle bedanke ich mich vielmals fürs Zuschauen und hoffe, wir sehen uns beim nächsten Mal wieder.